another Phenom Focus interview here. I'm Patrick O'Brien with Phenom Hoop Report here. I got a special guest once again, 2022 Jai Smith, probably one of the hottest recruits that's been going on. He's been picking up offers left and right. So first of all, Jai, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing very well here. We've been wrapping up a lot of the events here. Obviously, you've been to a ton of them, and we appreciate you coming and showing doing your support. And obviously, you've been a hot topic here as of late with your performances and everything.
Yes, sir.
Well, just wanted to ask you, first of all, I know everything's been going on, but how has everything been going on to you just in general with you these days?
In general, just working hard, staying positive, and just staying on the grind, just doing everything I got to do to be try to be able to make it and make things happen for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've been making things happen, that's for sure. That's to say, put it lightly there.
Yes,
what have
sir.
you kind of been looking to work on with your game, or maybe your focus on this summer so far?
Basically everything, but more in the detail. Most importantly, I have to say ball handling and shooting overall, because adding that skill set already with my high motor should make me more better of a pro player.
Now, you talked about a little bit of kind of your game here, but for people that haven't seen the highlight, I would say the highlight films, social media coverage, anything on all that there, how would you kind of best describe your game on the court and in a few words and stuff like that?
Well, I get compared to AD, Blake Griffin, and Ben Simmons a lot because the reason is being with my height, being 6'10", around there, having that versatility is able to play the 2, the 1, the 3, the 4, the 5, whatever position, and guard any position. Mostly I like to play hard. I rebound everything. I like to come at people's head. I like to play hard. I like to push my teammates to do better. My teammates pass the ball, make smart, right decisions at the right times. I like to shoot. I can shoot really well. I like to do that. But if I have to, I just take it to the rack every time. But I just do whatever really the opponent forces me to do, play the game smart, and just make my teammates better. And I just want to win.
Those are pretty good comparisons, I would say, to say at least. Would you say any of those would be your favorite, or anybody that you maybe model your game after?
Anthony Davis for sure.
Okay.
I love Paul George as a player, but Anthony Davis is more like, he likes to play his more of like a role, as if like Paul George, he's out there, dribble. I like to play the role. I like to win,
I can understand that. Hey, that's a pretty good comparison right there, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
not a bad comparison to have. I would say that.
Yes, sir.
I would say, your game and everything has really taken off, I would say, this summer. Obviously, you've been putting earning offers beforehand and everything like that, but a lot of your name has been quite frequently mentioned in a lot of things. What do you think has been kind of the biggest, I guess, turnaround or biggest exposure that you've kind of been able to show this summer that's kind of really, elevated to the next level for you?
I would have to say a lot of people mostly talk didn't know I could play that guard position really and had that flexible game. And now being older and less, I just worked, blood, sweat, and tears in the gym, and to the point where I was able to showcase that with ease, just going out there and making that happen, just from hard work and dedication and being dedicated and being focused on my game. So I really just did that, stayed on top of everything, doing otherwise, and taking care of my body, eating more healthy, eating right, pushing myself more. So I'll have to say just being able to showcase I could play any position really. I have to say that for sure.
Now, your hard work can easily be seen once you watch your game there. Obviously, I've seen you multiple times. That was like the first thing I noticed, that and your motor and everything.
Yes,
you want to outwork everybody. What is it?
Yes,
What is kind of mindset do you have when the cameras aren't rolling or you're not in the big stage? Say like in practice, or just trying to tone your skills and everything. What kind of mindset do you like to bring when the lights aren't shining?
Also, I like what goes on in the dark comes to light. Also, I like what happens in an empty gym will one day fill arenas. So for sure, I like to make sure I stay on top of it, even though I need something to push me. I like to imagine basketball greats and stuff in my head, look at what they do, and just pretty much try to reenact that, working on that game. Listen, with Kobe, for example, players like Jordan and stuff like that, how they just have that high motor work, just putting that work every day, repetition. Whether it's about just having that confidence and just pushing that forward. Really just, doing things like that, I have to say.
I'm going to steal those 2 quotes from you there. I'm going to use those more often. I like that. You recently just announced that you would be headed to Bull City Prep.
Yes, sir.
What's kind of your excitement around playing that in that program and being in North Carolina more there?
Man, I love NC for sure. Definitely like another home for sure. Another home, a home to me, as if New York and Syracuse. New York and North Carolina are both my homes. So for sure, I'll have to say just being back in my other home. You know what I'm saying? Basically having that fun, being able to play in a city of people who support me a lot and want to see me do big things. It means a lot, especially being in both cities with a great coaching staff, great people who want to see me succeed and want to push me to the higher level for sure. Just like it's just amazing.
I was reading an article earlier about you there, about your relationship with Trayvon Bird. You've been playing together this summer and kind of really developed something, a chemistry and relationship with them.
Man, it is special. It is
Special?
special. That is like my brother, man. Like for real, we call each other brother all the time. He pushes me, I pushes him. He like we played the game against CP3. He had my back, I had his back when the game winner happened. So me and him both together, man. It's just a duo. It's pretty crazy.
Well, what is your excitement about playing with him, in the coming years, and just what kind of tandem can y'all maybe develop there?
With Trayvon, I'd say he's more like a John Morant type of player. So I would have to say he reminds me a lot of John Morant. He's a long, lanky guard and stuff like that. He's a long, lanky guard and stuff like that. And he plays with such a motor. He's high tempo, and I just like the way Trayvon really plays. He just defensive aspect, and he just can bring a lot to the court for sure.
Now oh, no, my bad. Sorry about that. I was gonna say your recruitment's been going off pretty well. Before I guess all the offers started coming in this summer and everything like that, there were other schools that had offered you before, such as I'm trying to remember some of them: Oregon State, San Diego State, St. Louis, Rutgers, and a few other ones.
Yes,
What has that relationship been like with them, knowing that they've been on to you for for the past year or so, kind of developing that relationship and early on?
It's been pretty good. I mean, those guys looked out offer. I love all the schools that really send that offer. I love them all. But I mostly like to look at all of the schools and like to label them down. Definitely when I'm able to visit, I'm definitely going to visit and see all of these schools for sure. We'll try to mostly start labeling down the choices and stuff like that. But for sure, that was a pretty good part too. I'm very thankful for those
Now your summer has been a fun one, I would say, for you. Obviously, you've been adding the offers. You're up to double digits. You got high majors and stuff like that. First off, I got to ask you, have you been able to soak it all in, kind of just take it all in right now?
No, I don't want to really I think about it, then I'm like, I just brush off. I'm like, I want what's next. I want to really work, and I want to offer to the point where I want to work hard, and to the point where they got me on that lottery board for next year, and they're like, oh, this guy is definitely could go to the draft straight one and done. I want to work hard to that point for sure and prove I should be one of the best players out there.
Never settle. That was settle right there. Now, you've earned offers, and I'm going to name off of there. So, like UMass, Hofstra, Eastern Kentucky, East Carolina, VCU, Houston, Xavier, Ole Miss, Memphis, Alabama, Texas A&M, and you just got the offer from West Virginia.
Yes, sir.
What does it kind of mean to have all these schools coming your way there? Just kind of all coming at you at once.
It means that, hey, you're doing pretty good. You're going the right way, but also, stay on top of it. You got to work harder than usual because now you got all these other schools looking at you. You want to draw more and more and more. You want to keep working. So it means to me personally, it means don't stop, keep going. You're going the right way. Don't stop, work harder. So,
I know you're taking it all in and everything like that, but was there an offer that you recently, when you maybe were surprised at, or maybe kind of took you away? You're like, wow, that's different there.
Well, I mean, all these new schools are really all of them, especially coming up. So I would say all of them. For example, like Memphis, Houston, Texas A&M, all those guys, West Virginia, all those good guys, all of them, VCU, Ole Miss, Xavier, all the schools that really came in, just surprised, especially being looked at as the guy's not supposed to be, but through hard work, it would have happened.
Now, what has kind of been the main message? I know you've been kind of developing a relationship with them. What's kind of been the main message from them that you've been hearing from them?
So the main message I've been hearing from them is, I'll have to say, they just like my motor, legendary work ethic, and they also like how I push myself to be better and I could play, and they see it paying off and how much I could play and how much skill set I have right now and things like that.
Have you been able to make any – I know it's been a little bit weird time. Have you been able to make any virtual visits or just kind of see any of these campuses?
Yeah, Xavier actually did one, and I did a little bit with West Virginia, but it wasn't like a virtual visit. They sent me like videos and stuff for their campus and things like that. So
I got you.
yeah,
Anything kind of stand out when you kind of got a glimpse of those?
man, all those campuses are really just beautiful, wonderful campuses for real.
Now, you obviously, I know the interests have been picking up as well. You mentioned a few other interests have been coming your way. What schools have been showing that interest to you?
Wichita State, NC State, Oklahoma State, and a few more.
I got you. What have they kind of been saying, or has anybody mentioned that an offer kind of could be coming your way, or what they're looking for?
They like me a lot, and just like the way what I bring to the table for sure. They like everything from the rebounds I get, from the shots I take, from the high motor and high level of play and my IQ on the basketball court. They just love that all a lot.
I got you. Now, when you kind of look overall in the grand scheme, and I know you got time till you just ultimately decide and start narrowing down and all that stuff. You're kind of just taking it all in. But what are some early things that you're kind of looking at when you talk to coaches or look at schools or just trying to find out more about?
Mostly just wanting me there, wanting to develop me, want me to be a pro, help me reach that goal. I want to help them reach their goal of being in the championship. As long as they help me reach my goal, I want to help them reach their goal for sure. So and also I'm looking for like great player development is huge. I like that a lot. I like how much of but just having like a family, a good background, good people around, stuff that's going to really help me, good trainers, good stuff like that. And just more of a professional aspect, more professional level. I like that a lot.
You think that, obviously times have changed and everything like that. Do you think that when you ultimately decide, you might want to decide early, or you need time to take your time and just when it comes, it happens, or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I want to do that pretty much in well, I'm gonna start labeling down stuff as soon as as they come along, but pretty much in almost about let's say around spring and stuff like that soon, in the middle of the season, stuff like that. I just want to start labeling down stuff.
Okay.
Especially coming up to the season, almost about to be a senior, so stuff like that.
I got you. Well, Jai, I know you've been busy. It looks like you just had some practice and everything. I know you've probably been in the gym
yes, sir.
enough this summer here and everything like that. So
thank you, sir. You're the best.
But it's certainly been exciting to see, get to talk to you and spend some time there. Huge congrats on all the success.
Thank you.
Obviously before and now this summer. I know it's been a wild ride for you.
Yes, sir. So thank you for having me. This is great.
Of course. We're excited to have you, and now I guess we're gonna be seeing you more now at Bowl City Prep here. Now that you're,
yes, sir. I'm back in
North Carolina.
Back in the hoop state, baby. You already know. Yes, sir.
In the hoop state there.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've enjoyed your game and everything like that. So keep your mentality, keep your work ethic and everything. It'll take you far and stuff like that. So I'm sure this won't be the last time we hear from you. Obviously, there.
For sure.
So I appreciate it, and be sure to check out the rest of our videos here on PhenomHoopReport.com. For Jai Smith and Patrick O'Brien, we'll talk to you later.
Sir.